Hey guys, I know you thought you were finished with seeing me blabbering on YouTube, but one more, probably it's the last one. I hope everyone is having a good finals week and is excited for the summer. Several things to go over here. Starting with your final marketing plan draft, or not draft, it's your final plan, which is due this Thursday by 6 p.m. Please turn that in to the PRT office. First, come to my office, which is in 1104 in the annex. I will be there Thursday pretty much from 9 to 6 and quite a bit the rest of the week as well. But if I am not there, take them to the main office and put them in my mailbox. They don't need date stamped. We're going to try to limit the work that the front office has to do because I'm going to pick them all up at 6 p.m. on Thursday. So if it's not in by then, it's late, whether it has a date stamp or not. So again, please do come to my office first, 1104, and see if I'm there. I would like to see you. And also we want to limit the work of the main office. Several of you have asked me about emailing it, or you have a color printout or something that doesn't print well. I would like you to print something out for me if you feel like that's missing something, that just because you don't have a color printer or it doesn't work the way you want it to with the, you designed a 20-foot billboard and it's not going to print out. You can email that to me as a supplement, but I would like something printed as well. Also remember, I would like you to include your previous drafts with my comments. You're not going to lose points necessarily if you don't do that, but that is intended to your advantage so that I don't deduct something that I didn't correct originally. So a quick recap on that. Thursday by 6 p.m., first try my office in 1104. If I'm not in, then turn it in my mailbox in the main office. Okay. Taking a step back to draft 4, I have some comments for you in no particular order. First and most importantly, you want to demonstrate to me that you understand the concept. And I know you're sick of hearing me say that, but how you do that is not just by listing something. So, for example, if you just told me that you're going to offer a 10% coupon on Thursdays at 2 o'clock, that doesn't tell me you understand anything. So you may want to add a sentence of why. Another good way to do that is to tell me what the advantages are of that approach. Advantages is kind of an easy way to tell why. To tell me who your target audience is and why, again, why it's going to connect to them. So several ways to do that, but most importantly, you've got to really demonstrate to me that you understand the why there and not just the what. That's my big comment. The rest are kind of miscellaneous things, but I think they work. Several of you connected metrics, so how you're going to measure your marketing efforts to your promotions. So I loved when you did that. It's not required, and that's great. On your creative pieces, for the most part, those do not require any changes. Sometimes I would make suggestions, but it doesn't necessarily need change. It was just a suggestion. The one thing that I saw repeatedly that I do want changed is some of you did flyers without any contact information, which is kind of pointless. So put a fake phone number, put a fake website, something. People need to know how to get in touch with you. A few of your related things to push-pull, that's fine. That came from the syllabus, and I know we kind of changed it. So if I did or didn't make comments on that, don't worry about that. You're fine. Voice. This is a big one throughout as well. Remember, this is a formal document. And for most of you, I think you're going to want to stick to third person. It is possible to do this in first person, but it does run a bit of a risk of coming across too formal. So for most of you, you're going to want to be like, company A will blah, blah, blah. What I really don't want to see is, I think we might want to, or I will do my marketing plan on. So just make sure you're as formal as you possibly can be there. Related comment, tell me what you are doing, not what you think you're going to do or what you plan to do. company A will do a street promotion, not company A will plan to do a street promotion. Planning to do something isn't doing it, and you're going to doing it. You're going to doing it. Yeah, that was bad English. If some of you are using a real business, that this might be useful for you. If you are doing that, I would encourage you, not required, but to come see me separately, and I can give you some help and tips with that I wouldn't necessarily included on just what's a practice plan for the rest of us. But if this is for real, let me know and I'll give you what help I can. Sometimes in comments I put just curious and ask a question. Sometimes that functionally ends up as rhetorical because you can't really answer it. But if you can't answer it in your draft, I think that's a good way to do it. Your creative pieces I thought were great overwhelmingly. I really enjoyed looking at those and hope you had fun with those. One of you, and I forget who it was because it's not in front of me, but broke down your promotion based on AIDA. So if you remember, that's Aunt Ingrid Desires Apples. And I just thought that was a brilliant way to organize and explain why you do things and how each promotional component related to that. Color versus no color, we kind of talked on that. To email me if you can't print out in color. Contact info, we talked about email. Okay, that's your draft 4 comments. On your final project, just a couple of quick comments. What I don't want you to do is essentially take the first 4 drafts and slap them together. I'd really like you to think about how they should logically go. And that's not necessarily in the order we did them, although there's a reason we did it in the order we did them. When you're presenting a final plan, it doesn't necessarily make sense to do it that way. I'm not going to tell you what order to do that in because I want you to think about it yourself. There isn't necessarily a right answer. There are lots of ways to do it. And one day in the real world, I know you're probably sick of that phrase too, you may be asked to do this and they're not going to tell you the specific order. You've got to figure that out for yourself. So I want you to figure that out for yourself. Present it in the way that it makes sense to you. Your final should be professional in presentation. That may mean bound. It doesn't necessarily mean bound. Content is king. A binding with lousy content is still lousy content and gets you nowhere. So content is king, but it should look nice on the written page. It should have a title page. It should have a table of contents. It should have a formal voice. I think most of you are in really good shape with what you've done for your previous drafts. Remember to answer that why question wherever possible. If you have any questions between now and Thursday, let me know. But I am excited to look at those. I think you're going to do great, and I can't wait to see them. One final note, I know some of you are antsy about grades. Your final grades, I will get to them as quickly as I possibly can. Unfortunately, one of the disadvantages of having a PhD student teach your class is this is Hell Week for me too. I have 2 big papers, 2 final exams and a presentation. So the reality is I'm not even going to begin grading your stuff until next Monday, May the whatever that is, 7th, I think. At that point, I will get it done as quickly as possible because I know you're antsy. I just encourage you to try to relax and bear with me. You're going to be just fine, so don't worry about that. I think that is all I have for now, unless there are a lot of questions about something specific, and then I'll do another video, but otherwise this will be my closing remarks. I've enjoyed having everyone in class. If I can ever be of help in your future studies or careers, please don't hesitate to let me know. You, I think, all know how to find me by this point. And good luck. We'll talk to you soon.